It's snowing again in our hometown.
For most of us, that means pulling on a coat, turning up the heat, getting comfortable.
But for hundreds of people right here in our hometown, this same cold could kill.
Tonight, temperatures are dropping below freezing. Shelters are in desperate need of funding and volunteers. And because of the government shutdown, thousands more are struggling to access food, warmth, and basic assistance.
Everyone deserves safety. Everyone deserves dignity.
And today, we're talking about how we can help.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm Aaron.
Hey, and I'm Tim. And today we want to be talking about the cold weather crisis.
The first snow is falling,
Yeah,
and if you have a home to warm up in, that's amazing.
incredible.
If you're outside, ouch.
Not so great. And with the cold brings a lot of extremes and issues that people have to deal with, especially our unhomed friends out here in the community.
For this episode, I've toured many of the camps and spoken to many of our unhoused residents in the city. And so we're going to be telling you what you can do to help and actually bringing you information on what they need.
This isn't going to be the only time Aaron and I decide to address what we see as a major issue in our community that we can fix if we all work together. But this is something that's very important. I mean, this is the first snowfall of the year. It's sticking. We have almost an inch, maybe two outside.
This isn't an episode, it's a call to action.
So because of that, it's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to be sitting down with a guest in our typical studio style. We went out into the field and we met with two incredible people. First is going to be Steve Belisky, who we've had on the show as a previous guest, and he works with House to Home.
And then we have Pastor Mel. Pastor Mel, what's up? She's the one who says, I love you to everyone, because she does. Because she heard that that's the word, and she is abiding in it.
So not only did we get to sit down and talk to these incredible people, but we went to the places where they are actually out in the field and helping our friends and families in the community. And we're going to share those interviews with you here.
First, we start with a man whose mission is making sure no one falls through the cracks. Please welcome back, Steve Belisky. Welcome back, Steve, to the No Streetlights podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
And now we are here in House to Home.
Yes.
It's close of day. We're trying to get the door locked. So, of course, it's hectic.
It's been like that all day long.
Most days.
Yes.
So what do you do specifically here at House to Home that you're going to need help with during this upcoming holiday season and throughout the cold burst?
We have had 10 Thanksgiving dinners donated.
Hmm.
A couple board members that usually cook are going to go ahead and cook those for us. And then my wife and I are going to come in and serve the meal on Thanksgiving Day. However, if anybody at all would like to come in and help us serve, that would be greatly appreciated. Just coming out, fellowshipping with all of our clients and neighbors that are out there that really don't have a place to go. And then as far as the upcoming cold goes, anytime the temperature drops below freezing, at nighttime I will be open overnight. And unfortunately, I can't be here 24 hours a day, and neither can my staff. So we'll need, volunteers to come in and and be here and just monitor stuff that's going on, and be here to connect with people that are wanting help and needing help to do whatever. Every day we get people coming in that are ready to go to treatment, or they're just tired of the life they're living and they need help. And if myself or one of my staff members can't help them, we need people here that can do that, as well as like making sure, there's no drugs going on, no drug activity going on, nothing.
So calling all night watchmen and night watchwomen, if you're part of the neighborhood, please come out and help. What needs do you see arising in the community that you could call for donations?
So the donations that I see right now, the biggest things are that I need here at House to Home are men's shoes, men's pants, size 30 to 36. We get a lot of donations come in that are like size 42. Hoodies, coats, jackets, blankets.
Rated sleeping bags and tents. If you have
Yeah.
old camping gear that's legit and you're not using it, we can.
Absolutely. Non-perishable food items like the Pop Top soup cans are great for us to be able to put into their go bags or their river bags on Fridays. Batteries, believe it or not, we get asked for a lot of batteries because a lot of flashlights get used at nighttime out there. Items like that, as well as like socks, warm socks, hand warmers, and ponchos and stuff like that, tarps.
Cold weather gear, things that you would need if you were outside and you couldn't just go home.
Yeah, basically anything that you're going to need to survive outside, we have a need for.
Aside from the people we're already connected to, is there anyone else you could think of in the community that we need to talk to about this upcoming cold weather crisis and how we can better help?
Yes, I would talk to the Gathering Church.
Of course.
They're there. A lot of people forget about the Pink Church.
The Pink Church.
Good Shepherd Church.
Right by the fellowship home?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't miss it. It's the only pink church in town. It's pink trimmed with white. They serve our unhoused community every single day, handing out bags of food, bags of donuts, just giving them the basic necessities like food and stuff like that. Believe it or not, law enforcement. Because the law enforcement, they people that are in a crisis, they're out there helping too. South Parkersburg Baptist Church, they are amazing at bringing us soups. Children's Home Society, they're out there combating youth homelessness. Just any organization that assists with helping the unhoused population go from this dark time they're in to a brighter future. Give them a hand. And one more thing that I forgot to add to our definite needs list is hygiene items. Deodorant, toothbrushes, soap, bars of soap, toothpaste, feminine hygiene products. A lot of people forget about baby wipes. I've taken many baby wipes baths whenever I was in the military. So stuff
Waterless
like that.
shampoo.
Yeah.
Things that are going to make you feel more human.
Yeah.
And on that note, guys, I've heard complaints from women specifically that most pantries have enough pads. They need more tampons because a homeless person is typically traveling about to and fro to get firewood and supplies and services. So maybe look at some Playtex Sport as well to help out our mothers and sisters who are currently unhoused.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before we call this? What you got going on here? What's coming up? Who's helping in the community? Who can help in the community?
Anybody in the community can help. Everybody looks at the unhoused population as just, they're pieces of crap drug addicts and they don't want to get better. Well, that's not necessarily true. That's That's actually one of the biggest stigmas here in Parkersburg, is that the unhoused population has a lot to do with the problems that are in this city, and that's not the case at all. Those problems were here before the homelessness situation blew up, then they're going to be here after that. All it takes is to sit down and have a conversation with somebody and actually listen to them, and they'll tell you their story. And a lot of times their story has nothing to do with drugs. Drugs came after the homelessness. That, and we appreciate all the community support we get here at House to Home. We're very grateful for it, and thank you everybody that supports House to Home and our mission. But we're not the only ones out here doing it. There's plenty of other organizations out there that are doing the same thing we are, just more low key.
Thank you, Steve.
Yep. Thank you.
Talking with Steve always grounds me. Yeah. He's actually there Monday to Friday, morning, noon, and shortly thereafter, seeing the people and helping the people.
For those who watched Steve's episode, you know that not only is he a person who is trying to help the unhomed, but he used to be unhomed himself. He got into drugs real bad, and he, like Aaron and I, is a veteran. So, Steve is the perfect kind of example to see how shining your light can really change your trajectory and path. And I'm really glad that he's taking the time to sit down and help the mothers who can't feed their families, or the brothers and sisters who are going without food or warmth this winter. Steve is out there, and he's fighting on the front lines.
Right now, the fight is harder because it is freezing. And when it is freezing, survival is less palpable. So I would like to call specifically retired campers or people who don't camp as much to please donate tents, sleeping bags, hot hands, camp stoves, any type of heating source. If you want to donate a load of firewood, feel free to get a hold of us and we will find a place to drop that to the people.
Old jackets, old parkas, for any of our hunting friends and family out there, especially in this community. I'm sure you have a bunch of old Gore-Tex boots that you probably don't use anymore.
How many coats?
So many of those things can go and help these people. I mean, one of the big issues that they're running into is the size of clothes that they need. They're having a hard time keeping in smaller sizes because people is donating all of their larger clothes. But there are unhomed people who are tiny as well.
Yeah. Most of the men that we have out on the streets have a waist size between 30 and 36 inches.
It's the average, yeah.
Inseam about the same.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as shirts go, I mean, they're medium, large, or XL, depending on height and stuff.
And while the weather gets colder, the shutdown creates a second wave of crisis.
SNAP benefits, which are lifelines for families, kids, and the elderly, are frozen. It means thousands of people in our area may not have access to food this week.
The unhomed community is hurting, but so are the families you never see. Families living paycheck to paycheck. Families who are one grocery bill away from disaster.
And that's where churches and community comes in. Because right now, we're the ones who can help each other.
So Aaron and I decided to head to the Gathering Church, and we're going to speak with somebody who's been serving the community through every winter storm.
Please welcome back Pastor Mel. Or for the first time.
Please
welcome her back for the first time, Father Mel.
Welcome back to the Pickle Show.
I am so happy to introduce to all of you an amazing light in our community, doing God's work out here on these streets, Pastor Mel.
Hello.
Of
Hello.
The Gathering.
I am of The Gathering, yes.
If you hear background noises, good. That's because we help people here.
It's because we're busy today.
So, what do we have going on, Mel?
So we are serving our lunch. We serve lunch Monday through Friday from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and people can come in, get a hot meal, fellowship together. We have some resources that come in. to help them try to find housing solutions. We played Beyblades, so that's a thing that we
And
do
football,
here.
maybe.
And football. Sometimes outside if the weather is nice. We have laundry facilities, shower facilities, so people can come in and take care of those needs. And then we also stock food so that families can come in and take food with them.
Fantastic. So what is your current need?
We pretty much send food out as quickly as it comes in. So it will come in an influx and then go right back out. So we're just always in need of like stable shelf things. So like soups, beans, cereals, macaronis, pastas and pasta sauces,
Tops, the easiest.
dog food and cat food is a huge thing. There are a lot of our friends who live on the streets who have pets, and so we become a place to provide that. Hygiene items, laundry
the washer's
detergent.
Not working very well, is it?
It is not, but we have a new one coming today, actually. So, but laundry detergent, dryer sheets, fabric softener, things like that are always helpful. Paper products to serve, trash bags and cleaning supplies to keep the building clean. So there's just a lot of ways that you can help out volunteers. Yes, to come and help serve.
So it's getting chilly as well.
Yes.
So
yes.
we talked to Steve at House to Home.
Yep,
We talked about the cold weather gear they have upstairs. I know you have gear here.
we do.
So what current and upcoming needs are you seeing insofar as the cold weather crisis?
As it starts to get colder, we'll see people asking for blankets a lot more, and they go through those a lot because they move from place to place. So sometimes they're wet, sometimes they're they get dirty and destroyed. So we let them wash them here if they come in, but a lot of times they just those things end up getting tossed. So the little $5, $10 fleece blankets from Walmart are great. That's an easy thing. I just throw one in my cart pretty much every time I'm there, just so we have those on hand. Gloves, hats, the little hot hands, little warmers, those are great. And you can get those at the Dollar Tree. Socks, used clothes, men's clothes. We never have men's clothes. We have girls apparently get new clothes
All the time.
constantly, and so we're constantly getting women's clothing donated. But like my husband has worn the same T-shirts for 25 years, so I think that is a lot of guys do that. So we have lots and lots of women's clothes and lots of kids' clothes, but not a lot of men's clothes, especially pants and boots. It's so just gently worn. They're grateful for anything. It doesn't have to be something brand new that you buy. Just go through your closets. And we also get a lot of people who are coming out of recovery or coming out of homelessness and transitioning into a place that are starting completely over. So even the things that you have around your house, like toasters, curtains, sheets, pillowcases, things like that you maybe would think about if you were starting from scratch.
What is something that you will have regretted not saying while you're here on the mic?
Well, if I knew that, I would say it right now.
Oh.
Just that everything that we have in this building comes from our community. Like it is all. We don't have a grant. We don't get any kind of funding. Like it's just, this is all just people in our community who love their neighbors and want to feed their neighbors, and everything that we have is from people's hearts, and we're super grateful for it. So we serve Monday through Friday, 11 to 1. We do a Saturday meal also. It's since it's not during school hours, we usually see a little bit more families and kids that come to that one. But then we have the food here that's available anytime somebody needs. So.
And you open as a cold weather shelter as well.
We did. So last year was the first time we had ever done that.
Okay.
And it was kind of just in response to the crisis that was happening. And it was a learning experience. We had no idea what we were doing. So we went from, I announced to my church on Wednesday night that we were going to open as a shelter, and we opened as a shelter Thursday afternoon. So we didn't have a whole lot of time to think through how that worked. we did a total of, I think, 19 days. And it was a beautiful experience. It was a messy experience, but we're grateful for what we learned from it. So going into this year, I think we have a better heads up on what we need to do to prepare for that. So basically, anytime it gets dangerously cold outside, we will open through the evenings. We have cots and sleeping bags, and we just and they come in, and it's just a place to sleep. So they're not bringing all of their things in. They're not moving in per se. It's just a kind of a warm place to crash during the night. And then, of course, any of them that want to go to treatment or find some kind of housing solution, we're here to help support.
So what did you learn from last year that you're seeing as a need that you're going to have this year?
What we saw happen last year is after the third or fourth day, people were detoxing and kind of in that desperate. And so we saw a lot of people who were ready to go to treatment and finding beds for everybody, finding, the right resources for people. I put a kind of a cry out to the community of people that work in recovery to come and come in without an agenda, because no path to recovery is right for everybody. So everybody's needs are different. So I just ask that people would just come in, and even if you work at Recovery Point, you're not selling Recovery Point. If you're the person that you're talking to really would benefit from something smaller like a CSU or an Amity or something like that, that you really just look at each individual and try to find the right path to recovery for that person. And then some people they weren't maybe ready for the recovery piece, but they just needed help finding housing. So just going into it this year, I just want to be more prepared to have people who are able, when somebody wants a solution, not to push it on them, but just to have all of those resources available to kind of connect people to what they need.
A lot of people here who care.
Yes.
We have 500 something on the PHAC VCP.
site. Mm-hmm.
We have 50 email addresses from our town hall. We had
Yes.
We've had hundreds of people show up to various events.
Yes, absolutely.
So where can these volunteers go and help?
Yes, we are at 1514th Street. So it's a tiny little church on the corner of 14th and Latrobe. And that's where we are the majority of the time. But we also have a location on Southside. It's 514 Myrtle Street on Southside, and that's also a drop-off spot. So if somebody maybe doesn't want to come, but they live on Southside and they have stuff they want to donate, you can drop stuff there too. And it could come. We also have a location in Charleston, and we have a location in Bel Air, Ohio, which is right beside Wheeling. So, and we do similar things at those locations as well. Both of those campuses are in neighborhoods that struggle with poverty and addiction and the same kinds of core issues that we see here. So, we're trying to they're very grassroots, and we're just kind of trying to get those up off the ground and running, but a lot of those same needs there. So if somebody who watches No Streetlights happens to live in one of those communities, that's a way that they can plug in and help us kind of get that same thing going too.
Phenomenal. I'm going to ask for the same homework assignment that I asked Steve for. Okay. Who else should we talk to about this?
I think...
Me asking for homework?
Like Westbrook?
We have not been down to Westbrook.
Yeah, there are a lot of organizations within Westbrook, or they're all Westbrook, but there are a lot of kind of...
Satellite.
Yes. So they have one called Connections. Dalton Duvall is his last name, and he works with Connections. Fantastic. And his job allows him to come here and be a part of this a couple days a week, and he goes to the mission a couple days a week and the Salvation Army a couple days a week. And he really is he's very like-minded with us about like whatever we need to do for that person to get that person from point A to point B. And so that's a good one. They also do QRT, which is a rapid response for when there are overdoses. And they provide us with Narcan.
We have Narcan on site.
We have lots and lots of Narcan on site. We go through about 70 a month that we hand out. I have quick story time with Pastor Mal. One time I was cooking a meal on Saturday. I was in the kitchen and someone knocked on this side door in a panic because they know that this is a place where we keep Narcan, and they were able to get a Narcan from us and run back to where they were and save a life and come back the next day and tell me that they were able to do that. So it's really important to me that all of our campuses are stocked really well with Narcan, and that people know that we have it. So, but yeah, Westbrook I think would be a great. They're doing kind of a lot of things to hit the different causes and root problems that lead to homelessness.
So one big concern that's been raised many times is like safety and security.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you feel unsafe?
I mean, I have a pretty good group of guys around here. I think would take a bullet for me.
So,
some of them might sometimes want to put a bullet in me, but I don't really feel unsafe. I think if people know that you care about them, they're not. I mean, obviously, nobody's safe all the time. You can be unsafe anywhere you go, but the people here in this community know that we care about them. The only security issues we really ever have is when they're fighting with each other, and just kind of trying to curb that and move that from the building. But I never personally feel unsafe here. But I also feel called here and that God put me here. So
it's almost like we're all just
helps.
Human beings.
Yeah, it's almost like we're all just human beings.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So last question from Director Tim. Why do or should people care?
Because we are all just people, and all of us are, a bad choice or a unlucky break or a bad week away from being in the same spot. And honestly, the same root problems that cause homelessness and addiction also cause problems in other ways. It's all the same problem at the root of it. And it is sometimes all it takes for somebody to turn that corner is to know somebody actually loves them and actually really cares about them and sees them as a human being. And so that's what we try to do.
I'm going to bring up this crazy idea that I shared with Tim the other day with Pastor Mel.
Okay.
Just to see if I can melt her face really quick.
Okay.
So what's the first thing God said into the void?
Let there be light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gave his what? His only son.
Right.
So what if that's a metaphor for the light inside of us? That's the divinity that God gave to us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We are.
Let there be light.
We are called to be the light in the darkness. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Good job.
Thanks.
That was good preaching. All right.
First time for everything.
All right.
On to the next. But Pastor Mel is a perfect representation of what community looks like. It's compassion without conditions and help without judgment.
And that's really something we need to talk about more. It's not just about the hardships you can actually see, but there's so much that goes on behind closed doors. And people like Pastor Mel is out there making sure that those people are seen and taken care of as well.
So again, I just want to reiterate, please donate any spare tents, sleeping bags, gloves, socks. But remember, some people suffer in silence and aren't going to ask for help. So that's why we are going into the camps with the supplies people need to survive.
Going out and filming this, seeing the snow fall, and being able to see the faces of the people who need these resources, it's put a huge perspective shift on how I see the holiday season and the winter season. I was excited to see winter coming back and have snow on the ground, but I didn't consider those who are dreading that.
Keep in mind that some people don't have heat. Some people don't have food. And some people are outside right now without a safe place to sleep. And we can do something about it.
Yeah.
So we should. We call this the work worth doing. Thank you for joining us in it.
If there's anything NSLP stands for, it's this: helping those who can't shine their light.
So here's what you can do to help right now.
If you have warm coats, socks, clothing, hot hands,
Blankets,
sleeping bags, tents, anything and everything is going to help. You can drop those off at House to Home or even go to the Gathering Church over by Latrobe, right? Off of Latrobe?
It is at the end of Latrobe and 14th.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell you're there because of the cemetery.
Yeah.
You can also donate. We don't have any fiscal ties to these organizations, so please donate to them directly if you cannot help serve. If you can help serve, well, we've talked about how you can serve in our various segments through this video, and more will be following shortly. Feel free to subscribe to the Parkersburg Homelessness Action Council's Volunteer Corps page, and we will keep you posted.
Yeah. Check out all the resources we have down in the description. It's going to be very helpful, and you can actually start by doing not a whole lot.
You can get rid of your old coats and call it service.
Easy. And if you can't donate today, that's okay. Just share this video and help people see this message.
There are a lot of people who cannot survive this winter alone, and they shouldn't have to. When self-care fails, community care must prevail. Let's step up and step in to solve this problem in each of our cities across the world. Because no one makes it out of this alive. Be brutally kind for no fucking reason.
This is our city. These are our people. And winter doesn't care who you are. But we do.
We know how important it is for you to be good to yourselves and each other. And if you can, you could be a light for someone else tonight.
Shout out to the $20 tier where we have Eric Spears, Jason Grooms, and Nicholas Horton, as well as our $10 tier where we have Ketria,
Hausner,
and Highland Markle. Markle. Thank you guys so much. You're the ones who help keep the lights on over here, and we are hoping that we can help shed the light to those around us.
Help us however you can, because we are the ones going out doing the work day by day. If you don't have a community, you can always join ours. If you do have a community, please bring this to them. They need attention, eyes on, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Final reminder, our podcast cannot be substituted for professional medical advice. If you need help now, you can call 911 or you can text or call 988 for immediate intervention.
If you need more protracted support, go to betterhelp.com/NSLP and sign up using our code, where you'll be able to have a therapist, sessions in your living room, couch, car, wherever you need at your convenience.
Toaster.
And using our code, you get not only 10% off your first month, but you also help the channel out greatly.
Thank you. In the meantime,
be good to yourselves and each other.
We love you.
This tea is banging.
This is BB's tea, Jasmine style.
No street lights, but we're finding our way. In the dark, but we've got something to say. Lessons learned and stories untold. Come on in, let the truth unfold.